welcome to IT Audit with SK, and welcome to another exciting video where we explore how AI is helping us in the field of IT audit. And for today's video, quite exciting as well. I'm actually working on a separate one, and I thought I would see how the three Gen AI tools that we have here, so we've got Copilot, Gemini, and ChatGPT, how they handle the type of command that I have, which will help me in preparing for a separate video altogether. So just so you're aware, I am starting a new series on auditing infrastructure. I know a couple of people always feel a little bit anxious when they have to audit infrastructure. So I'll show you what that kind of looks like. I'll use my own laptop, so nothing fancy, something that you can have access to or you will have access to as well. And I'll just show you some of the things I did, especially when I was a junior auditor, how I navigated various challenges when it came to testing infrastructure, and how I also honed my skills and became conversant in some of the terminology and processes that you encounter when you're auditing infrastructure. But anyway, I digress. So I wanted to see how Copilot, Gemini, and ChatGPT all handle the type of command that I have. So let's start with ChatGPT, I guess. So the command is simple, the prompt is simple. I am auditing the SQL database. So we're pretending, right? This is the scenario. We're pretending we've been asked to audit an SQL database, or SQL as other people call it. I'll use it interchangeably. And you have nothing, you have no test plan, you don't know where to start. But you've got ChatGPT, you've got Gemini, you've got Copilot. So we'll ask the question, I am auditing the SQL database and I want your help to create a work plan covering the following areas, as well as scripts I can run on the database covering the same area. So we want a work plan and we want scripts. For the work plan, it should be in a table format showing the SQL area being audited. Interesting typo there. Audited. Um, the risk, the test procedure, including a manual test procedure in the event that the script fails to execute, so that there's clear context there. Right? Expected results and the results and conclusion against each control. The areas I'm looking at are database name, version, updates, patches, users and groups, password settings, list of databases, server roles, and users with access to them. Right? Sounds simple. So let's run this on ChatGPT. Let me just copy that as well so that I have it ready to post on all of them. So that's running on ChatGPT. Will also run the same on Gemini. Will also run the same on Copilot. This is just the basic Copilot, not the M3651. So let's see. Right. So we can see the results are starting to come through, which is great. ChatGPT looks stuck at the moment, but we gave it a head start. So let's see how that goes. Right. Um, so we'll start with Copilot, which has given us a fairly quick response. We can see there's a work plan here, which is a bit squashed, I guess, just because I'm sharing all three screens. But let's see, once we get output for all of them, then I can expand each of them. But it looks like we've got our areas of audit, our risk, our test procedure, and we can scroll a little bit more to see what we also have. We have expected results and a results and conclusion column. Let's see Gemini here. What has it given us? SQL database audit work plan and scripts. So um, what it has done, it has split each of the areas and then created a table for each. So for each of the areas, we can see the area, the risk, the test procedure, the expected results, and the results and conclusion against each control to be filled in during the audit, which is fine. And it's also given us some pretty good risks there, as I can see. Right. And it looks like ChatGPT has caught on. I don't know why it did that, but maybe it's just today it's a bit slow. Right. So let's see. the risk here already I can see looks like the Gemini risk is a bit more detailed. So for the first one around the database name and version, database engine and version, database slash instance name and version, from the key risk, it looks like Gemini has given us a little bit more detail for that. And then let's see in terms of the script here, select version, and then there's a manual step which also shows what you need to do. Like the manual steps that you need to perform if the select at version is not working, which is pretty good. Here we've got the script to run, which is now here as a separate instance, but it's already a bit more detailed. And what else can we see? And it's also given us the manual steps as well, which is helpful. And then ChatGPT, which was a bit slow. What do we have here? Right, the test procedure. It's given us manual steps, which I guess, oh, it's given us a script somewhere. So this is script A, which also looks pretty detailed compared to the other ones. This is fairly straightforward. So I guess from a script perspective, looks like ChatGPT has given us something very, very detailed, which is interesting. Would be interesting to see how all of these compare. So that's the video you can watch out for when I actually do the demo and see which of the scripts will give us the best output. But yeah, just doing a further scan of the results for each. I guess just considering the fact that I explicitly said I wanted things in a table, I guess you can interpret that in different ways. But what I was expecting is what ChatGPT and Copilot have given me, which is a table with everything in it. So Gemini there, I would say it has failed me a little bit, but on the risk side, it looks like it's still giving a little bit more detail and missing hot fixes and so forth. Okay, so that's ChatGPT. Uh, Looks more or less the same. Let's see, I guess I'll go through each of these in detail, but I want to see what other information we have been given, right? Like sort of value addition. So looks like Gemini is exactly what we asked for. Um, Nothing else. Okay, and then let's see. Not even a prompt asking us to ask for more information. So that's a bit stingy. But, and then when we look at Copilot, would you like me to help you populate the results and conclusion column as you run these checks, or generate a report template to document your find? That's useful, right? That looks pretty useful. And then for ChatGPT, lots of suggestions how to use this in your video or work papers. So because I use ChatGPT a lot when I work on my videos, I guess that's why it's already suggested in your videos or work papers. And yeah, I guess this is a bit more detail, a little bit of additional information on interpretation. I can package this into a one-page test plan. So that's really helpful, right? Let's now just look at them in a bit more detail. Right, so this is Copilot, and we can see everything here. I like the simplicity, I guess, just wrapping up. I like the simplicity of what Copilot has given us. I will also then, like I mentioned, run through a separate video just showing how the output differs for each of these. Based on the results that we can see here. So this is Copilot, which is looking pretty good. Next, we've got Gemini, and my only qualm with this is the fact that the procedure and the script have sort of been split, and the procedures are listed one at a time, which is not ideal, but I guess that's an easy fix, probably. I could say combine all test procedures into one table. see what that gives us. I guess that's much better. Eh, I don't know. But yeah, it's okay. I guess if you then export this to Excel and add your own additional columns, it should be fine. And it's also added the script within the test procedures. But it's now removed the risks and what else did we request for? The risk and expected results. That's been removed, so not so helpful, but I guess maybe it's the way I've done the prompting. But this is also quite helpful. And lastly, let's take a look at ChatGPT. So with ChatGPT, it's included manual fallback steps in case a script can be run. You can paste this straight into your work paper. So a bit more intuitive, I guess, because it knows what you are going to be doing as you audit the database, which is great. And conclusion meets partially not met. That's a nice add or addition to that. Results evidence, right? This is good. It's suggesting where we can paste our output. So this is really more aligned with what you do within an audit. Expected results, which is good. Um, yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we've got the scripts as well, which are copy and paste ready. That's helpful. A bit more, they look more detailed or they have a bit more explanation as well. So we'll see how that pans out when I actually run this. So I guess to conclude the whole video, in terms of which one I would pick, I'll probably use all three of them, especially if I don't have a test plan and I'm starting from scratch. I would use all three of them. I would collate the responses. I would refine them and see what works best for me. But this was pretty interesting to see how ChatGPT deals with the same query. I'll be interested to also see how it would handle a similar prompt but for the Windows operating system, which I'll also be doing a video for, and other infrastructure related videos that I'll also be doing. But I hope you found this intuitive and let me know how you're using ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, um, and how you're finding it, especially when it comes to IT auditing. That's it for today's video. See you in the next one.